that I didn't.
You-
I almost texted you something, and then I realized that no, I shouldn't text you that. Save it for the show.
That was great. That was the fastest intro ever. I loved it. I really like the static that follows it because it still thinks it's playing. This is like the best.
This is in the intro.
Is that stopping soon?
That'll all be in the intro. You know.
Yeah, it's great. Hey,
It's-
Charles.
Hi, Charles.
Already popping in the chat there.
Hey everybody, we're back. 2-week hiatus. Real life and real life gotten away. And thank you for stopping by the Geek Spot News. This is for you, Jack. The Geek Spot. Spot.
Wow.
Anyway,
Wow.
for those of you
A lot going on
watching, you
there.
get it. For those of you listening at home, imagine it.
Or don't.
Or don't. We're back. We've had some stuff going on. I'm giving you the whole beginning of the show after we do the "Hey, how are you?" thing.
We are. I was here ready to go 2 weeks ago, and then Frank was not. And then last week I had two different concerts I was attending at the same time.
What was 2 weeks ago? Oh, I actually had to go to a hockey game. Because
I don't think that's what it was.
No?
No.
What was that?
I think you had a tummy ache.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Last week was the hockey game that I couldn't do the show by myself because you have to play an X amount of games to be able to qualify for the playoffs, and I was under.
Got it. So did you qualify for the playoffs?
I don't know because there's a game tonight that I'm not making.
Oh, well, we appreciate you not making that game.
You too.
How have you been? What have you been up to?
It's much the same. Nothing. I've played video games, bought new shelves for new Legos, hung some stuff on some walls. I literally, it's been a lot of work. At work has been work.
Yeah.
We're getting a new phone system, and I'm kind of in charge
that's
of
fun.
that. So yeah, we're we're doing the WebEx phones.
Oh, that's fun.
It is.
I'm sure they'll be great.
No, it actually really is. It's way better. Why is that? Sorry,
Yeah.
There we go.
You're doing all sorts of fancy stuff with your chair in the background.
Yeah, I gotta put the light on. That's why it's all weird. But no, everything's been, normal stuff.
Yeah, that's
Right.
cool.
What
Yeah,
about you?
I've been concerted up as the end of the school year for my kids is ramped up. So last week I think we had 2 performances Monday. We had one Wednesday somewhere. I think we had one Thursday. We had one Friday. I had a gig Saturday.
Oof.
We have one this Wednesday. And then I have gigs Friday and Sunday, kicking off Memorial Day with some fun, and then got some full band stuff coming up the rest of the summer and a bunch of acoustic gigs and all sorts of good stuff. But yeah, I found some time to finally catch up watching some shows too. So that's been cool.
So have I, actually. Thank you. Yep.
I don't believe it.
There we
I
go.
feel like you've been sitting on a beach.
I was sitting on a beach. No, I did actually catch up on one full show, 2 full shows. 2 full shows that we watch.
I mean, we have Bad Batch,
Done.
X-Men 97.
Done.
Don't
get ahead of yourself.
Yeah. I've got other ones that I watched that we still haven't hit. So
Your head.
yeah, we haven't talked since the Bad Batch finale.
No, we have not.
So we have lots to catch up on. You have binged seasons and seasons of television.
I binged 1 season of television.
Well, you binged the rest of Bad Batch. You binged all of 97, right?
I did binge 97. That was a slow drip.
How far into your latest new love are you?
4 or 5 episodes into season 2. I just got through the birthday episode.
Okay. Nobody knows what that is, by the way.
You don't know. No.
So if you know TV well enough to know the 4th or 5th episode of season 2 is a birthday episode, you get a Geek Spot News Prize.
Yeah? What's that?
I don't know because nobody's going to know, so it's fine.
We have a prize closet? No, because I haven't even talked about it on the book face.
I know.
No, I've gotten hooked on Welcome to Wrexham. It's been thrown at me a couple of different ways, different people. So I decided I'm a big fan of Ryan Reynolds. I really like Rob McElhenney. I really don't like soccer. So let's see how this goes.
Well, they don't play soccer on there. It's fine.
Well, they don't.
They play football.
They do play. I apologize, football. After watching the first full season, and now I'm into the 4th or 5th episode of the second season, I'm ready. Saturday night, I watched a little bit of the Union, the Philadelphia Union, the local football club,
Yeah.
who play in Chester that aren't local, but that's okay. That's okay. Can overlook it. I do
They're
not.
more local to Philadelphia than the Giants and the Jets are to New York.
Good point. It's a good point.
Ooh,
And they're
at
more
least they're in the same state.
they're more local to Philadelphia than Mike Trout is.
Very true.
I
mean, I love the New Jersey Giants and the Jersey Jets.
I have it well, they're going to be on Hard Knocks this season. The New Jersey Giants. But
Can't wait.
All 6 of their quarterbacks. I have a new appreciation for football, as the English call it. I don't hate the sport anymore, and I find it a little bit enjoyable to watch, and I'm really angry that I've turned that corner.
Yeah, it's once you actually understand the game, it's super exciting to watch.
Does anybody in America
then you understand how it's set up?
Do you really understand offsides yet? Because that's the one.
Yes,
that's the one I'm 100%. Really not going to get.
Super easy to understand.
Okay, because I'm
super easy to understand.
I'm like Ted Lasso with that one.
I can explain it to you in 7 seconds.
Okay, we'll save that for later.
So if you,
I go now.
Yeah, offsides is easy.
What is it?
Yeah, if you are on offense and you're past the last defender, between the goalie and the last defender, and the ball gets kicked to you, you're offsides. It's that easy.
So you just have to have the ball before you get past that last defender.
Yep. Or you have to be you can run past it once the ball is kicked, but the ball cannot be kicked to you while you were past them.
So no breakaway.
Correct. Unless you already have the ball, then you're fine. Just can't be passed to you if you're beyond the last defender.
Okay, that was weird. That was playing. Okay, I understand it a little bit. I'll probably get it wrong a couple more times, but that's fine.
That's fine. The referees get it wrong all the time.
That doesn't shock me.
But if you are excited to watch some of the best acting you've ever seen, watch some soccer.
I have noticed that in watching the game.
These guys make the NBA guys look like rookies when it comes to flops.
Yeah, that part I did.
It's really fun. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you fire off your stuff that you had that you wanted to talk about before I get into the newsy stuff that I have.
Well, and we have all the shows that we both can talk about. We're going to save them, I'm guessing.
Well, we'll save the X-Men. Well, yeah, we can save them.
Okay, so I'll hit up first since you still have not joined the club.
Not yet.
And become a Whovian.
No.
You're still not in on the Doctor Who.
Well,
train yet.
I was in the Tom Baker days.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. So the new guy, Shutagawa, is unbelievable. So we're 3 episodes into the new season of Doctor Who now. The first 2 dropped together a couple weeks ago. And then we got another new one this week. It is incredibly well written, which is back to form. It is incredibly inclusive without coming across the way the Jodie Whittaker run came across, which was like in your face, pounding you over the head with message all the time. Gotcha. This one is just part of the deal. So the first episode that we got back was called Space Babies. And it's a bottle episode just on some of the best Doctor Who stuff's always this style episode, but it's just on a space station being run by babies. And they can talk and stuff because they've grown up, but they haven't aged past being babies.
Right.
It's super fun. They set up a bunch of more mysteries with his companion right now, Ruby Sunday. But just the way he can come across like the great doctors of over the years, where he comes across as ancient and young and energetic and wide-eyed all at the same time, is phenomenal. Even my wife, who is not a fan of Doctor Who, is into him as the Doctor.
Yeah, you had
He is
said
a pretty boy. I'll give him that. The second one, they go to watch the Beatles record Abbey Road. And they go back because obviously still a time traveling show, but there's a catch, and there's another big bad in there called the Maestro. He's gotten a lot of flack online, but the character's great. It's played by Jinx something, I forget their last name. It won RuPaul's Drag Race a few times, but great as the character, and just another stellar performance from both Shooty and Millie, who plays Ruby Rose. And then we had Boom, was the most recent one, which was written by Stephen Moffat, who wrote
I know that name.
arguably some of the greatest Doctor Who episodes in the modern era, as well as was the showrunner of Doctor Who for the Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi era.
Okay.
He also was the showrunner of Broadchurch, and he was also the guy that did Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, okay.
So Steve Moffat, brilliant writer. If you watch in this latest episode, Boom, which is literally the Doctor doesn't move the entire episode. Not real spoilers. He steps on a landmine at the beginning of the episode.
Gotcha.
And
One of those.
the rest is how it goes through this. So it's another one, like, super small set piece, but like they still spend Disney money on this show now. It's wild.
Whoa.
Seeing how much the special effects have come. It's because the episode before, the Maestro episode, actually pulls in the cool parts of the music stuff from the end of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, where the notes come to life and the music like battles. They pulled that into Doctor Who's episode.
Oh, neat.
So you get the same kind of stuff. It's pretty neat. But that, and then Boom is fantastic as well, and you can tell Stephen Moffat really is not a fan of capitalism or organized religion, because any episode that he gets the chance to, he just comes at it, and war and all that, and like, but really just smart writing, and it's incredibly well acted so far this season.
That's
and
cool.
and I'm excited to see where they keep going with it. But if you haven't watched Doctor Who before, this Doctor is a great entry point. In the first couple minutes of that Space Babies episode, they kind of recap the 60 years of Doctor Who, as Ruby's like, well, tell me about this. And tell me about this. And he just starts rattling stuff off. And she's like, oh, well, okay. Parking lot, 1,000 years old, or 1,000 years ago. Okay. And, and like, he touches on stuff, but then doesn't dig into it. It's really well done, though. So I can't recommend this new season enough. And he's come a long way from being a Ken not that long ago.
Oh, that's good. Hand pink waving. I give that back too.
I think the GIFs don't translate, or the
GIFs.
emojis don't translate.
I gotcha.
So, hey, Brandon, Dom, I don't think we said hi. Sorry, man.
No.
Thanks for joining us. It's always been a minute.
It has.
And I watched Madam Web over the weekend.
Yes, you did mention that. And even though that's a Marvel movie and we like to wait, I gotta just do it now. Just go.
It's so bad.
You wouldn't tell me.
Bad.
You wouldn't tell me in the text.
So it was 2 hours and 9 minutes, I believe. Oof. It was about 2 hours too long. The whole thing could have been a flashback scene in another movie.
Really?
Oh my God. Yeah. It's a prequel to a movie that might have been good. Gotcha. But they never get to the movie that might have been good.
Craven?
No, like all of the scenes you saw where it's like, oh my God, look at all these crazy Spider-Man women with all these powers. That's like the future. This is when they were teenagers.
Right.
Being saved by Dakota Johnson, who I don't think will ever act in a Sony movie ever again.
So they could just skip all that and just do like the good spider scenes.
Like and you get to see Peter Parker be born.
Oh, good.
Because his Uncle Ben's there and is a main character, but not really there.
Well, that's a different take on the Peter Parker origin. Spider-Man.
Yeah, but it makes Ben was an ambulance driver, and this was like that never was part of the story.
No, he was a CIA guy.
No, that was Richard. That was the dad.
Because
you meet the mom, you never meet the dad, but you meet Uncle Ben.
Right.
Taking care of his sister, and then saying, "Oh, well, there's a girl that I like." Okay, whatever. I've got it. It's gonna be May. But yeah, it's. I have no idea why they made this movie.
I'm gonna skip.
Hot take on this 6-month-old movie, but it's out on Netflix, so it was right there.
Nah. I would rather watch Blended with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore again than probably, not saying that I
That's
have
that's
watched that
fair. That's fair, but yeah, it is. It is so bad. Even the bad guy like doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I read the spoiler reviews and the spoiler stuff, and that's basically, but the basic consensus was this movie doesn't make sense. Why did they do it?
Yeah, it didn't need to. It literally it was like this is a really cool movie, but you didn't get to that one. You told the story before the cool movie,
Ugh.
assuming there was going to be a cool movie. Maybe I don't know,
Well,
but yeah, that was all my random watchings besides starting up season 3 of Hacks, which I talked about season 1 and 2 on here. But Hacks is great still. Gene Smart's phenomenal.
um, there are a lot of good movies coming out, or are there?
When?
Well, Happy Gilmore 2 is confirmed by Netflix.
Oh,
So we're going to get an almost 30-year sequel to Happy Gilmore, which
I would
is,
assume Happy's joining the senior tour.
I don't know.
You got to.
I
You
don't,
got to put him on the senior PGA tour now.
yeah, I mean, I guess, but yeah, the original movie probably didn't have the balls to get like the big name golfers back then, and now Adam Sandler has the push in Hollywood to pull some of these bigger names in, or at the
Yeah,
time.
maybe. I mean, they're all on the Saudi Arabian tour now, so like they don't
No,
ever need
they all
money
merged.
again.
They all merged or something.
No, they did, but they didn't. Like those guys still got paid way more money than any of the
Oh
ones
yeah.
that stuck around.
So we're gonna get that. There's no date, no time, no director, no like anything yet. Just that Netflix confirmed it with a post from Adam Sandler.
Can't wait.
We're not done with the Lord of the Rings. We're getting more Lord of the Rings stuff. We are getting the Hunt for Gollum.
Nope. Who's
It
hunting for Gollum?
So the movie explores Gollum's backstory, touching on unexplored parts of his journey. The movie will focus on Gollum, with Andy Serkis directing and starring, coming in 2025. So they're going to be probably before the movies and before the walk to Mordor. Dom, you missed Jack's little rundown of Madam Web. He did watch it. He gave it 19 thumbs down.
I did. Only 8, since it's a spider-related movie.
8. Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
We are getting Rings of Power Season 2 in August. Actually, on August 29th.
Yeah, I'm down for that. That's fine. The first season wasn't. You had to be wide awake to watch it. It was one of those.
That one I'm going to go back. They have 5 seasons planned, and they're going to do a season every 2 years.
No.
So this will be done when I'm 60.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, no, literally, it probably will.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a weekly release, though. It's not going to be a binge. So they're going to give you an episode every week.
That's fine. That's how they should have released whatever their last show was.
Oh.
Huh?
Oh, what?
Whatever the last Amazon show was. That's how they should have released.
Reacher?
No, there was another one not that long ago that they released as a binge that was way too good to be released as a binge.
Roadhouse?
Fallout,
yes. Yes, Fallout should have been a weekly, yes. Oh, and I did mention Roadhouse because Roadhouse 2 has been confirmed by Amazon Prime, with Jake Gyllenhaal returning to play Dalton.
Yep.
It was watched by almost 80 million people, and I'm sure a good chunk of them just watched it to kind of what the F it.
Look, it was perfectly fine.
It wasn't a bad movie. I didn't hate it. And I appreciate the fact that it didn't make itself a sequel to the original, which really, when the original was released, it was crap when it was released. It just got the cult following after that.
Yeah, I'm fine with with them making another one. Like I
just
can flesh out the character some. That's good.
There's no info on director returning, cast, where it's going to be, how it's going to be, like nothing like that. So I guess you can only speculate that Dalton goes to another town and does the same thing all over again.
I think you bring in the dad. Is how you got to do it.
Well, yeah, because he was a pretty big star.
No, we never
The guy
saw
who
him.
played the dad. Yeah, you
We never
did in
saw the
jail.
dad. He was
Yeah, he
in
was in
prison.
jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we ever see him? I didn't think we
Yeah.
ever saw him. We
No,
just
no,
heard
no.
him on the phone talking to people.
No. I hold on. I'm almost 100% sure.
Did we?
Because if it's who I think it is, hang on. Roadhouse.
I didn't think we ever saw the dad.
I
I don't need Conor McGregor back.
No, I wasn't a big fan of that. Yeah, no, that was the sheriff I was thinking of. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Joaquim de Almeida,
Yep.
who I was thinking of.
From
Yeah, no,
Yellowstone.
you just heard him. Yeah, you're right. I apologize. I was wrong.
Yeah. So that's your plot line, right? You bring in
Sure.
Sam Elliott as the dad. Oh my God, it's a wrap.
Please. Reacher season 3 should debut early 2025. They're in the middle of filming that.
Yeah, that's what I love all the clickbait articles that are like horrible news about the future of Reacher season 3. I'm like, that it comes out a year after season 2. I feel like that's fine.
One funny little release is The Boys is coming out the week or the weekend of June 16th. House of the Dragon drops at the exact same time.
I mean, House of the Dragon's going to win in the ratings.
It depends. It's so Amazon will do it weekly too with this.
Yeah, but I mean, that's great because that's plenty of content for us to talk about, right? It's more time to figure out how to watch more stuff.
Yeah.
Yay. But
that's all
yeah, I think House of the Dragon will be a bigger deal. Like it's tough with The Boys now because they already got picked up for season 5 too.
They did.
So like stakes get less and less as we know that like they're not going to kill off Homelander before season 5 or
maybe
I don't think any of the boys necessarily.
Look, I didn't expect them to kill off what's his name's wife, Patty Smith from The Flash.
Yeah, but that's canon in the comics.
Oh, okay. I didn't read the comics, so I'm not sure. Okay. What else? Gen V season 2 has begun filming. They're not going to recast Chance Perdomo's character, so I'm sure they'll just kind of.
They rewrote that fast.
Yeah, because you're talking what? Couple months since that?
No,
well, they didn't have to rewrite.
We talked about in our last episode.
No, did they? Okay. Well, yeah.
Jacob, thanks for joining, guys.
Thanks,
Dom, for sending peeps.
They did kind of write that kind of fast.
Yeah, I mean, it was they were ready to start filming.
Yeah.
And then they had to put it all on hold, and then they rewrote it in like a couple weeks. So maybe he didn't have a huge story, and they just moved the beats over to somebody else, and they just pulled him out. I mean, if you have a whole full writer's room,
yeah,
those guys can break that down fairly quickly. But yeah, I wonder if they just are gonna remove his character off screen.
That's probably the
because you can. You already introduced health issues and concerns and all that kind of stuff to him, so it's fairly easy to remove the character and make it tragic.
This one I know that you're really eagerly anticipating. Yellowstone season 5 part 2 has finally begun filming and will debut in November. This is the last little go around for this part of Taylor Sheridan's little Yellowstone world, his Yellowstone universe.
It looks like we're getting a little bit of a raid too right now. Thanks for everybody for hopping in.
Yes, thank you very, very much. Thank you again, Dom. So you're going to
is Costner back though, or what's the deal?
You're going to get 6 episodes.
Too many.
And it's going to finish it all up. Costner wants to come back, as we mentioned that a couple weeks ago, but there was no word on whether he will or not. Now he did, and I wasn't going to bring this up, but just because I read it and because you mentioned Costner, Con was this weekend or week. I forget how long.
Sure. Just happened.
They played a little bit of his movie or his next movie. They
They
played
played
his
his whole
movie.
movie.
Huh? It was the whole movie. Yeah. Part
Yeah,
1
it's
of
getting
3.
all over the news.
Got a 7-minute standing ovation. And he's out there looking for more money. He spent 28 million of his own dollars to finish this part 1, and he has 2 more parts to go. So if you're interested, he's looking for investors. If you got a
Yeah,
couple extra dollars,
just what we need, more cowboy stuff.
some of that Verizon money you want to throw out there.
Nope. More just more cowboy stuff. Yay.
I don't mind it, but my dad was big into the cowboy stuff, so I kind of gravitated a little bit towards it.
It's fair.
Steve Carell is going to be starring in a new comedy from Ted Lasso creator Bill Lawrence. The untitled project will be set on a college campus, exploring the complex relationship between an author, who is Steve, and his daughter. It's got a 10-episode straight-to-series order. It's a comedy collaboration between Bill Lawrence, Matt Tarsis, and Steve Carell. It's like Bill Lawrence, whatever he wants to do, they're just like, yep, here's your money, go do it.
Yeah, he did Shrinkage too, right?
Huh?
Shrinkage too.
He did Ted Lasso, he did Scrubs.
Shrinking, not Shrinkage. Wow.
Ted Lasso, Scrubs. There's a hit, 2 or 3, 4 more that he's done. I'll watch anything that Bill Lawrence does, pretty much.
Except for Shrinking. Got it.
No, Shrinking's on the list. Now that I'm using Apple TV to watch football matches, I can watch more stuff on Apple TV.
There you go.
See?
Good call.
Full circle. Speaking of The Office, the plot for the Office reboot has been revealed to be a dying newspaper in the Midwest. So your 2 British stars.
She's not British. I think she's Italian.
Okay. So your British star, Dom Gleeson. General Hux, as you know. So they're going to be a dying newspaper in the Midwest, and the same documentary crew that followed Dunder Mifflin around will be out there doing this. Now, every single Office star that they could get a hold of has been asked. Rainn Wilson, John Krasinski, Steve Carell, Jenna Fisher. They've all been asked if they're going to take part or show up in the documentary, and pretty much all of them have said no. They don't believe that that's something, but it is going to be in the same universe. So maybe there's some kind of a chance to check in. Pam and Jim did move to Austin, Texas, which is out near the Midwest. So there's a possibility. If the show isn't drawing a lot, they could just kind of write them in for a cameo.
Right. Which Jim?
Right. But because John Krasinski's movie If is out right now and Steve Carell's involved in it, so there's a lot of Office nostalgia being kicked around. I'll give it a chance, but
you do that.
People didn't like the first season of The Office when it came to American television anyway. It didn't.
I didn't like the first 7. How many seasons was it?
9.
I did not like the first 9 episodes of The Office.
The seasons.
Or either one.
Yeah. You didn't like Diversity Day?
I have not watched.
They don't even show that on Comedy Central anymore.
Yeah, I've never watched a full episode, I don't think, of The Office.
Diversity Day was an episode briefly where they were in a conference room and they had to write a different race and and then act that person that, act that race out, and it definitely, yeah. Anyway,
similar to multiple episodes of Community and Always Sunny in Philadelphia, nobody will ever be allowed to watch those again.
Probably yes. Cobra Kai season 6 wrapped filming on the final episodes. Season 6 part 1 will premiere on Netflix July 18th. So we got some summer watching to do. It's a 3-part final season.
What? Wait, what?
Yes. It's a 3-part final season.
Oh, I'll wait then. Netflix is killing me with this crap.
Yeah.
You're going to everything. We got to tune in Netflix for football this season.
Yeah, that's
They're doing live roasts now.
They got WWE Raw coming in January
Yeah,
1st.
they're gonna wreck whatever's left from these other streaming services once they get all that stuff.
So it's going to be a 15 episode 3-part event.
Oh dear God!
We're getting
As long as
6.
it releases weekly, that's fine.
I don't think it's going to be released. No, here
5
you
at a
go.
time.
Ready? You
Mm.
ready for this? Oh, you're going to be so
Mhm.
mad. Season 6 premieres July 18th, followed by part 2 on November 24th. The third and final part of season 6 will arrive sometime in 2025.
Oh, I'll
Each,
just wait.
each batch will consist of 5 episodes.
Yeah, they're 20-minute episodes. I'll just wait till next year. That's fine.
Oh, that's a good one. That's pretty funny.
Speaking of that, Netflix, did you watch the roast of Tom Brady at all?
I stopped at Nikki Glazer.
Okay.
I stopped at Nikki Glazer because I didn't think it could get any better than that, and I know it does get better than that.
Hmm.
I enjoyed everybody up to Nikki Glazer except Randy Moss was horrible. But Randy Moss is a football player, not a comedian. So the timing wasn't there. Drew Bledsoe was phenomenal.
I mean, he was hammered.
Well, yeah, that too.
And as you go, Edelman hammered. Gronk absolutely obliterated by the time it got to him. He kept winging it.
3 hours. 3 hours is a long time. I keep forgetting to go back to it because it was so long.
Kevin Hart got to the point he's like, just read the card. Just read the card in front. You need to just read the card.
I did see something that Bert Kreischer said that he was reading everybody's jokes on the teleprompters and laughing before the jokes would come up because he was reading everything first.
Yeah, him and Tom Segura not great in their segment, but
that's weird because they're really funny on their show.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Look, there was so many cringe-worthy jokes that I was like, I don't even know if that's really funny anymore.
There's a lot of
very dated.
There's a lot of Aaron Hernandez stuff in the beginning.
No, that goes all the way through. Wild.
And a lot of Gronka's dumb jokes. Again, I got up to Nikki Glazer and I stopped.
And a lot of Tom Brady's gay jokes.
Yeah.
Which a lot of just dated old. I'm like,
And now then he regretted it afterwards. Like,
who did?
Brady. I regret it for what my kids are for what they said about my kids.
Oh, I don't remember. Oh yeah, I mean they went in hard on Giselle.
Oh God, yeah.
And him. Yeah.
Apparently she
was. I mean it was. I haven't watched roasts in years because I don't think the people they bring in for him are as classy and good as they used to be back in the day.
No, the Comedy Central ones are okay, and there's bits that are funny in them now. But this was like they took the gloves off and they were like, say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, it's still weird that all of the people you bring in to host it is an Eagles fan. Like that was weird.
Kevin Hart is part of the Illuminati now.
Yeah.
Because they also took the Mark Twain special from Comedy Central, the Mark Twain Award that they give to the comedians.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Netflix. The first one they put on Netflix, Kevin Hart.
Got it. So that makes sense.
Something. Nikki Glaser's best joke was about how heavy Kevin Hart is, adding 5 pounds when The Rock finishes him.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. Charles pointing out that Jensen Ackles from Supernatural and Smallville fame is on the show Tracker now. He's just jumping, man. He was on Big Sky, which I thought was really well done. I loved that show. And he came on the 3rd season of that.
I read this Tracker show is actually pretty good.
I mean, it's got your boy. It's a Smallville reunion.
It's got Justin Hartley. Speaking of Smallville, I am current on the Talkville. I know you're not.
Oh yeah, I'm way behind.
That a little bit. They're up to the episode, the prom episode, where the spirit was jumping from body to body to body.
Okay.
Michael, not a big fan of this one.
What? He loves all those episodes.
Yeah. Surprising. but now what they've started to do is now they have a segment where they actually bring one of their Patreon subscribers on live or to record
Oh
and
dear
have
God,
them on for like a good 5 minutes, 6 minutes to talk
that
to them.
sounds awful.
Some are, some aren't. It's a fun
The
show.
people are paying a lot of money to listen to that
Oh
show.
God, are they? Um, the Super/Man is a documentary about the life of Christopher Reeve. Is going to hit the big screen in the fall. It'll play in select theaters on September 21st, followed by an encore presentation on Christopher's birthday, September 25th. Only going to be in theaters 2 nights.
And I bet that'll go to Max.
Probably. It was widely embraced at Sundance and sold to Warner Brothers Discovery for about 15 million. I kind of want to see it. I'm interested in it. I always liked him.
Yeah, I knew him as Superman. I knew a little bit about him because he was in the news fairly often, up
Yeah.
until and even after he had his accident.
Um, the last other normal stuff, before we move on to the Marvel, etc. Did you see what the streaming services are doing, dude?
They're all just going to become one big streaming service. Yeah.
So
Can't wait.
Comcast is going to launch Peacock, Netflix, and Apple TV Plus as a bundle at a vastly reduced price. And to combat that, Disney Plus, Max, and Hulu are going to bundle
With who though?
with themselves.
Well, right, but so Comcast is bundling that stuff because Comcast is a
Right.
cable provider.
Right.
So
Warner Brothers
Disney
Discovery and
bundling with the
Disney are bundling because right now Hulu and Disney Plus are a bundle with ESPN for some stupid reason thrown in there.
That's because
And
they're all owned by ABC or yeah.
right. So that's what that adding Warner Brothers Discovery to that gives you a bigger package.
Warner Brothers is giving everybody a taste until somebody decides to buy them. That's all they're going for.
It's
They're like,
just
who else wants some?
it's just so much. And they keep talking about this ad-free bundle. I have ad-free on Hulu, on live Hulu.
Not
I
for
still get
long.
3 minutes of ads.
Yeah.
Like if I'm late, like tonight, I'll go down to watch Raw and I'll go to start over. And when I go to fast forward in it, I'm gonna have to get stuck on a 3 minute and 13-second ad watch before I can get to what I want to watch.
Yeah, I have not well, that's Peacock,
No,
isn't it?
no, no.
Oh,
The live events, like they call them PLEs now,
got it.
premium live events. They're on Peacock, but the normal show is on USA.
Got it.
Still, I
Which is
forget,
Peacock, by the way.
is it?
They're owned by Universal,
Of
NBC
course.
Universal.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But
That's why the Peacock app has all of the USA shows.
we're heading back to just get cable.
Yeah, I realized that the only thing I watch on regular TV is like the morning news, which I can actually get from streaming apps now,
Yep.
and Philly sports.
Literally the same, except sometimes I'll put on the comedy channel and watch usually Parks and Rec or The Office, and it's more background noise.
Yeah, but they're
Or
on Peacock too.
right, but right, I could, and I watch it while I'm playing a video game. Like I'll put it up on a monitor next to me. I have like my laptop and a monitor. I'll
Yeah.
put it up on a monitor and just play a video game, and it's like background. But it'll be baseball mostly now.
Yeah, so I haven't found a good way to stream baseball without paying for that MLB ticket, which I just can't. It's a
I
lot.
I get the MLB app through T-Mobile,
Mm,
but I'm not ready to I want to watch the Flyers. I want to watch.
right. And I just did Sunday ticket again.
Yeah, I don't care about that as much. It's I don't know. It makes me just
I mean, I
cry.
enjoyed Sunday ticket quite a bit last year, so I'm excited to have it again this year.
I could give
And
two
this
shits.
year I have a bigger TV the whole season, so I'm excited about that.
I could give two shits about football.
Charles, I don't know what you mean by it says Comcast going to drop its regular cable by the end of this year and go all streaming. I don't know that they will, because they make too much money off the ads and the
God, yeah.
subsidiaries of selling advertising through their regular cable service. Regular cable is much bigger money than streaming.
Yeah, because you're getting that. Well, yeah, because the packages are bigger.
Well, because all your local businesses have to buy advertising.
Yeah.
So if you go to streaming, it makes it ends up in the boat that YouTube TV is, where the FCC right now is trying to classify YouTube TV as a cable provider, not a streaming service, because they get away with a lot from an advertising standpoint and things like that. Like, there's a lot of like, here, enjoy this moment of zen on YouTube TV, because somebody didn't buy local advertising in that slot for YouTube TV. It's just on the regular other broadcasters.
Before I go to the Marvel stuff, this is what I was going to send you earlier. This is according to Ranker, which is a website that I'm going to be frequently a lot more. This is the top 10 funniest TV characters of all time. Of all time, it said. Okay. It doesn't really go back to. It doesn't even go back into the 80s for these. Okay. So let's just say from the 90s forward, this is.
Yep.
At 10, Stewie Griffin.
Okay.
Hang on. I got it.
Of all time, Stewie Griffin, huh? Number 10's not bad for Stewie. I mean, I spent some time with Stewie, and he's like, what, 20 some odd seasons in for Family Guy now? So that totally makes sense why you could throw him in there. He does have a lot of classic lines. I don't know if he has more classic lines than Peter at this point, but I mean, we can go with Stewie. That's fine. I'm going to think if I can take any wagers on who the other ones would this be. I bet there's whatever Steve Carell's guy on The Office was. I'm going to bet he's on this list somewhere. There should be Hawkeye from MASH on here, but I don't think he'll be on here. Where else can I go? Who else? Kramer, I think from. Do you think it'd be Kramer or Costanza? I don't know. Frank ran off. Somebody from Seinfeld, I bet, makes it on the list. I would say if it was 10 years ago, Bill Cosby would be on the list, but I don't think you can put him on the list anymore. And I don't know where else you go with that one. Who else do you get that's been funny for a long time? You know, everybody has their own eras and people that were popular for them. So probably Archie Bunker's also on there. About that. It's fine. All right, I already made all my predictions. Let's see where we go.
Dog issues. All right, number 10, Stewie Griffin.
Yep.
Number 9, Phoebe Buffay.
Oh, no.
Okay. Number 8, Red Foreman.
No, but okay.
Number 7, Will Smith.
I'll give you Will. Yeah, I'll give you Fresh Prince.
Number 6, Ron.
Though, was it him? Or was it because he was with Uncle Phil and Carlton?
It just says him. It doesn't.
Okay. I mean, I'll still give you Will Smith.
Number 6, Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do a deeper dive on this sometime, but I got a lot of Marvel stuff I want to get to. Number 5, Barney Stinson. Barney was a fun character.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call him
top 5.
Funny.
Not top, not top 5.
No, he had like moments and was like iconic, but I would more so that than funny all the time.
Number 4, Dwight Schrute. You don't.
Okay, so not Steve Carell.
No.
So Rainn Wilson over Steve Carell they're going with, huh?
At 4. Number 3, Joey Tribbiani, and number 2, Chandler Bing.
No and no. So this was clearly written by a millennial.
Number 1 is Michael Scott, being Steve Carell.
Oh, see, so I bet him, but I even said it depends on when you're from, because like Hawkeye from MASH should be on there.
Right, and there's no.
If it was 10 years ago, you got to put Bill Cosby on there, but you can't put him on there now.
No, you can't really put him on there now.
But yeah, totally. And nobody from Seinfeld on that list? Come on.
No, not at all.
That's wild.
It
not even Urkel.
No, like I don't.
3 friends and no Steve Urkel. Come on.
I have to look deeper into that. I thought it was funny. It wasn't more of a like, oh, I agree with all of this. No, I don't agree with. I agree with hardly any of it. So in the Marvel world,
yeah, heard of it.
Couple quick things.
Oh.
Sony Motion Pictures Group Chairman Tom Rothman teases Spider-Man 4 as a significant event hinting at the future of Tom Holland in the MCU.
He will be in it. Got it.
Spider-Man 4 might be Holland's final film with the potential introduction of Miles Morales.
Yeah, he's not old enough to introduce Miles.
So
I mean, Holland's still only like 27, dude. Like he's still like.
He might just be tired of it at this point.
Well, they keep talking about 4, where he's like, we want to make sure it's a new story and it's not just retreading what we already. I'm like, so look, if you've made 3 movies, and the 4th movie you already have to retread the first 3, you're not a very good storyteller.
No, and there's so many different directions they can go in with a Spider-Man 4 now that you've erased him from the Marvel universe, with the exception of maybe one person, as I've seen in a couple different places.
What's that?
Well, Bruce Banner might still. It's Bruce Banner or the Hulk might remember him.
One of them.
One of them, not both.
Because they weren't around when the spell was cast. Is that the story we're going with?
That's what they're going to go with.
Got it. By that same token, then She-Hulk should also, or Jen Walters should also remember him. Or no, because she's the same person. No, she's the same person both. She just physically changes.
I don't think they're going to do anything with her.
I hope they do.
I liked her. According to Deadline, Russian Doll's Natasha Lyonne has joined the Fantastic Four's cast in yet another mystery role. Previously cast actors Paul Walter Hauser, who played Stingray from Cobra Kai, is cast in a mysterious role, and John Malkovich also cast in a mysterious role.
I'm still betting Malkovich is Willie Lumpkin. The mailman. And I bet Natasha Lyonne, because they seem to be older, their castings, I bet they have her play Alicia Masters.
That's what I saw here. Was Alicia Masters and Herbie?
I mean, for a voice, yeah. I mean, Herbie's from the 70s cartoon.
Paul Walter Hauser can't reveal his character yet, but is thrilled to join the Fantastic Four family, and said that his character is from the comics.
Yeah, the rumor mill is that he's going to be Mole Man. I am currently on this issue of Fantastic Four.
What is it?
Issue 179 as I work my way through.
Okay.
I've taken some breaks. But I mean, there's there's every character in Marvel came out of the Fantastic Four or was in the comic at some point. I'm only on 179. They had Daredevil, they had the Inhumans got introduced there, the Krees, the Skrulls, all of them got introduced in Fantastic Four. So,
I hope Dom hears this next part here. Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness.
No.
Is one of the most expensive movies ever made, costing a reported $414.9 million.
It's wild.
Needed to make over $1 billion to turn a profit for Disney.
Look, if it was a different time, as shitty as it was, it still would have made $1 billion. If it had come out like 2 years earlier, $1 billion would not have been a problem for it. I mean, Captain Marvel made $1 billion.
Captain Marvel did make $1 billion. I didn't hate it.
I mean, it's not a whole lot better than Multiverse of Madness.
It's no. Sony had planned a live-action Spider-Man TV show, Silk Spider Society.
Oh, okay.
That's canceled after years in development, which is funny because this comes just as Noir, starring Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man Noir, has officially been greenlit in live action.
Oh, I didn't hear live action.
I'm pretty sure that's a live action one.
I don't think so.
We can look
I
that up.
bet that's animated.
That might be live action because that would be phenomenal.
I do not see Nicolas Cage swinging from the rooftops.
No, neither do I.
I think you have to do that. But I bet it's like 6 episodes and campy as hell. And like not great.
Yeah.
Which is fine because it'll be Nicolas Caging.
It'll be Nicolas Cage being so bad it's great.
It's really all you need is Nicolas Cage to go do that. You say, hey Nick, go be you.
Venom: The Last Dance is the final movie focusing on Tom Hardy's anti-hero alien,
Great.
releasing October 25th, 2024, with a star-studded cast and finally ties to the larger Marvel universe.
Does it? I don't know that I buy that yet.
That's what they said. That was what they said leaving Cannes. It's going to be
Yeah, I don't know that I
huge.
believe that part.
We'll see. Okay. So we both watched the X-Men 97.
We want to go there first or Bad Batch?
Uh,
We're in Marvel, so we can go X-Men.
yeah, well, 'cause Bad Batches, I don't have a lot on Bad Batch, so
It
I
was.
have more on this.
We can hit Bad Batch real quick. It was great.
It was like the only Star Wars show that I can remember seeing that had a happy ending.
Like, yeah, no real notes on Bad Batch.
No, it was just a really good show all around. I'm glad I got through the first couple of slow ones and like it ended on a really high note.
Agreed.
Yeah, and that's rare. Um, so did you like X-Men 97?
So look. So I appreciated X-Men 97 for what they tried to do, and which was no real different than the original run of it.
Okay.
I think I've even said on here before, like, I did not watch it when it first came out. I tried rewatching it. I was like, this is not good.
No.
My problem when I was watching it originally is all of the storylines they were trying to tell on the show were all just from the comics. So I was like, well, this was done better in the comics.
Right.
Which, like, I get, like, well, these are the storylines and these are the beats that people love and want to hear about the X-Men. That's great. But, like, make it at least as good as or better if you're going to do it, just to do it again. Or like make it either do different storylines or do them justice. Like, for instance, when we started this season, right, Inferno was like 10 minutes of one episode.
Right.
Right? That's a year that spanned the entire Marvel universe and went like super deep into all sorts of great storylines with Colossus and his sister and Limbo, and Daredevil had one of the coolest couple issues tied into Inferno. Like, phenomenal stuff. This we got, hey, look, we're bad. Okay. Oh, everybody's fine. Great. Okay. Next. It's like, wow. Look, and they tried to hit some heavy topics. They did, like I said, a ton of storylines that were after my time this season.
Yeah.
And they made a lot of serious choices, and they stuck with them. So I appreciated that. I think at least one of them is going to get walked back. Spoilers for X-Men 97.
I don't, but I read a theory on that, but go ahead.
Did you watch all the way through the last episode to the
Yes.
post-credit scene?
Yes.
Yeah, they're definitely going to walk back
Well, I mean,
Gambit for sure.
yeah, no. So what I read was he's going to be one of the Four Horsemen.
Yeah, but
Then they'll rescue him.
Yeah, and then they bring him back as his normal self because they did the same thing with Archangel.
Gotcha.
Because Warren Worthington III, who was Angel, lost his wings at one point during the fall of the mutants or the mutant massacre.
Right.
They took his wings. So then he went and Apocalypse found him and fused new metal wings onto his back and made him into the Horseman of Death.
Right.
And then they did a shitload with his character over the next 20 years since then. But that was or 30, 40 years now almost since then. But they'll do the same thing with Gambit and bring him back,
of course.
But yeah, like not super tight storytelling with any of it. Like in the finale, for instance, like all of a sudden everybody just forgets that Rogue and Sunspot were bad guys, and they're like, "Hey, you were friends again, great!" Like,
yeah,
super weird.
That was a little felt rushed.
I didn't mind them sidelining Wolverine. I thought there was a lot of other great storylines you could tell in the whole thing, and I'm sure that was kind of directed. Like, hey, we're gonna do stuff with him in the movies. Leave him alone.
Yeah, one of the things is they wanted Deadpool for season 1, and they were told no, like absolutely not. You're not allowed to touch him. You're not even allowed to mention him. Season 2, they're allowed to probably use him because of the movie, and they didn't want to cross that up.
Yeah, disappointing how they handled the Wolverine story in the final 2 episodes.
Well, they did sideline him for the most part.
Well, all season, yes. I mean, so Wolverine's a tough character to tell because like his power is he literally just kills people. Like that's it.
Right,
And that's not
right.
kid friendly. Right?
No,
Not that the show is a kid show in any stretch.
he kills people and he heals.
Right. But like the fact that the show tries to go so hard into adult themes and is clearly not a kid show at all. But that they didn't take that opportunity to like go hard on the metal getting pulled out of Wolverine's body.
Yeah,
And
that was
instead it
a
was
cop
just like a
out.
snapshot. I was like, come on. Like, how
That
do
was
you
a,
not show that?
that was a cop out, I thought.
Because that could have been one of the coolest moments of the whole show.
Yeah, yeah.
And instead they just nah. And then they just threw him in a bed and that was it. I don't even know where he is now. Did he
He was just in a bed with Morph sitting next to him.
Yeah, but I guess did they disappear too? I couldn't catch up at the end. It was
It
weird.
didn't show them. It showed Scott and Jean going, because I just watched it yesterday, so it's fresh. They showed Scott and Jean going forward in time to what I had to Google because I didn't know any of this. I didn't read the comics, so I wasn't sure. So that's one of their future relatives.
That's Nathan.
The baby was Nathan, but
It's Cable.
the woman was like,
Oh no, well that's just where Bishop took Cable
okay. So that
in the
they went
future.
there,
But she's like from the comics.
and then I got where the other ones went back in time to, is where Apocalypse
On
is.
Nob and Sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to Google that.
Yeah, that's when you had Oscar Isaacs. Back
Yes.
there they ran into him.
Yes, they did. Apparently
That's
there's
fine. They already have 2 more seasons planned, right?
definitely, yeah, definitely next one. They're gonna keep the name. It's gonna be X-Men 97. It's not gonna go to X-Men 98. So
Sure.
now is all of this canon to the Marvel universe?
No.
So it's not canon. That's why they were able to use all of the cameos that they crammed in the last episodes.
Yeah, I did see today that so like what would be awesome though, like they could bring back all those characters that from the Spider-Man series because there's talk about that, bringing back
Yep.
from all Amazing or Ultimate Spider-Man, one of the Spider-Man shows
Amazing
from back in
Spider-Man.
one of those from the
Where
90s and
where they
being able
go
to
in,
bring back all those different characters.
where they
That'd be
go in the
cool.
apartment and have the statue pull and
Um,
everything turns into
the
computer.
problem with all of it though is it takes them so damn long to make these things. Because
Well,
we announced
yeah.
X-Men in 2000. We still didn't get the freshman year Spider-Man show that
So
they announced at the same time.
Disney changed their strategy for Marvel projects,
Yeah.
which is one of the things I was going to mention. Is now they're supposedly, air quotes, they're going to focus on quality over quantity, and they're going to focus on just 2 to 3 new releases a year, which will help.
If they didn't have so much stuff in the can already.
Oh, well, so
Like,
that's the last thing. The last thing I want to go over is that because they dropped a lot of dates, but they're gonna scale back on releases to make post-production better. The quality should be better, and they have, because there's a ton of stuff in the can now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are we waiting for
We
Ironheart for
have-
another like 2 years? It got done filming a year and a half ago.
Well, that's so. Here's we have Deadpool coming out in July.
Yep.
The Agatha series, which has gone through like 8 name changes to finally land on Agatha All Along. I don't know if they were doing that on purpose or not. That's going to drop September 18th of this year. That's
Okay.
done. The freshman
Which started
year,
filming after Ironheart, by the way.
freshman year Spider-Man supposedly is coming out this year.
Yeah, but that's not canon. They already said that's not canon.
2024. Captain America's February 14th. Daredevil's March 2025.
Okay.
The TV
First
show.
half of Daredevil.
First half. Thunderbolts with the asterisk now is May 2nd, 2025, followed up by Fantastic Four and Blade. So Fantastic Four is July, Blade's November, and then Ironheart finally comes out in 2025, which has been filmed for 3 years now already. 3 years.
They filmed it like right after Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
So
Which came out
that's,
in 2021.
so that's been sitting for a while. And then we get into the Avengers 5 is 2026. Then we get into the 2027s and the to be determined.
Yeah,
So
I can't imagine still being interested in any of these stories by then.
I
No, I say that, and that'll be like,
now
I mean,
the
that will be at the 20th anniversary of the Marvel Universe when we get to like Avengers 6.
the other thing that they're supposedly doing now is that they're going to make it so that you can just drop in and watch a show. Yeah, it's going to all be interconnected, but you're not going to have to. And I think this is part of the mistake they made from the beginning was to watch show C, you need to watch A, B to understand C. Now you're not going to need to do that. You're going to be able to just drop in and watch it. And I'm going to guess they'll throw references to stuff to kind of like
They
clue
just
you
have to be
in.
smarter about how they do it.
Yeah.
Because I think I've said, I don't even know how many times at this point, right? Like Stan Lee's motto was like, every comic book somebody picks up, it should be able to be their first comic book.
Right.
And they should be able to enjoy it and jump right in, right? Like but in a comic book, it's 3 word boxes where you recap
Right.
and then you're out.
Right.
Literally 45 seconds of a show at the beginning of the show, but you have to be smart about how you do the exposition. It can't be all these flashbacks.
No.
Like, because then it turns into a clip show. Like the extra episode of Echo was just clip shows of Daredevil.
Yeah. No,
or Hawkeye.
I hope they get smarter with it and they do it right.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much oversight they're putting over Feige now. We'll see how that impacts it all.
And the last little thing is Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow has got its release date of June 26, 2026. So we're a long ways away from Supergirl.
We're not. That's only a year after Superman drops.
Right, but it's 2 years from now.
Yeah.
We're a year from Superman and then a year from
But that's not supposed to be the second one. So we should actually see, that was like 3rd or 4th in the release schedule. So we should see Brave and the Bold before that.
Yep.
So I wonder what James Gunn's waiting on for his announcements.
Chris Pratt to be free? I don't know.
Oh God.
Yeah. That's all. I hated to rush through the Marvel stuff like that, but that's what happens when you take off for 2 weeks.
It's all good, man. So we'll probably be back next week. It is Memorial Day, so we'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
But everybody, Frank will probably be in a pool somewhere.
Oh, I hope so.
So everybody, thanks for finding the Geek Spot with us. If you're listening, not on Google Podcasts because that went away to the far inferior YouTube Music. But anywhere you listen, drop us a rating, drop us a 5-star, hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks, Dom, for the raid earlier. Thanks everybody else for hanging out. You can check me out at jackkidmusic.com. Like I said, I got a couple gigs.
I got nothing
this week, and then I'm on regular from there on out the rest of the summer. So stop by and say hi. And other than that, have a great week.
Bye, everybody.